Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and to another budget planner setup video. I have not filmed one of these in a few months, but I am super excited to start off the new year with one of these videos and giving a little more context to what I'm doing to help you guys out who are just starting in this budgeting journey, who just joined the community. I would love to help as many people as I can. So first things first, I want to let you know where everything is from so I don't get too many questions. But of course, if you do still have questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section. All of the stickers I will be using are from my shop, which is ThePlanningDancer. There is a link in the description box that will take you directly there. My budget planner is from plumpaper.com. It is the monthly planner. So how the layout works is there is just the monthly view and then a bunch of notes pages. So there's no weekly. This is just the monthly planner. So there's that. Those are the two main things I will be using. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, which you can get one from anywhere. I'm using a ruler, which this one's from Target, but again, obviously you can use one from anywhere. And then the pen I will be using is a Sharpie S-Gel in 0.5. I got mine from Walmart, but again, they have them most stores. And then just a pair of tweezers to help me put down little stickers easier. But that is that. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. This is just my budget planner, so everything in here will be budget and finance related. So just so you know, we're just going to go ahead and lay down some washi because I just like to make it cute because that makes it more fun to look at, and basically will guarantee that I will come back and look at these spreads. I mean, I will for sure because I film videos and you guys are basically counting on me to upload weekly. So obviously I will be coming back no matter what. But if you're just getting into this, or if you already like planning and stickers and all that kind of stuff, this is just going to make it so that you are excited about your budget and excited to, you know, look at your planner and all that fun stuff. So this is obviously not necessary, but it's what I do because I feel like it makes it a lot more fun. So I just put a thick piece of washi at the top and then a thin one at the bottom. And I will be putting in this income script, which these 4 scripts: supplies, income, YouTube, and shipping, I just made for myself. They are not available in the shop, but there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and speed through me just drawing in the lines because you can just watch me. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then we will move on to the monthly view. Alrighty, now that we have this all set up, throughout the month, every single Monday, I will be uploading a weekly check-in. And what I do in those videos, if you're new here, is I take stickers like these. I pick colors that match the monthly view, but I just have these here to give you an example. But these are expense labels, which again are available in the shop. And I go ahead and track my weekly spending. from my cash envelopes that are in my wallet. So my categories for the new year are gas, fun, groceries, food, and treats. Groceries is obviously for groceries, and then food now is just for like eating out. So that can be restaurants, fast food, just not food that I buy from a grocery store, if that makes sense. This is new for me because in the past I just had my food all joint together, but I think like breaking it up and really telling my money where it needs to go is going to help me. So we will see. Obviously things can change as time goes on, but for now that is my plan. So I will pick a color for each envelope, so we can just use these two as an example for, let's say, food and gas. So if I had any gas purchases, I would write them on this color and then put them on whatever day. And then I also usually have a key over here off to the side so that you guys know which color is for which category. And then any days I don't spend any money, which I know for sure on the 1st and the 2nd, I didn't spend anything. I go ahead and put down these no spend day stickers because it's like a little reward for myself. And then I also mark my paydays in, which this is just a sheet I have here, but I like to mark that in on the calendar view just so I can see. But that's what I use this spread for. Moving on, we're going to set up these two pages, which are my monthly budget page. I will be filling that in with you guys, and then my monthly sinking funds budget, which I, again, will be filling in with you. So let's go ahead and set these up, and then I will walk you through them. Alrighty, now that both of these pages are set up, I can go ahead and walk you through like what all of this means and how this can look for you, because obviously your budget is not going to look exactly like mine. So for example, for income, I have Etsy, YouTube, and then miscellaneous. For most people, you will probably have your one main job, but if you do have multiple sources of income, feel free to write them here, and you can always put your total bar down further. And then variable expenses are expenses that you budget for, but they are not guaranteed to be that exact amount. So for me, those are all the envelopes I carry around in my wallet. So like my daily spending. So we have gas, fun, groceries, food, and treats, which for gas, I budget $25 a week, but obviously some weeks I spend it, some weeks I don't. So that's how it kind of varies. And this budget like sticker kit gives you the like spot to write how much you budgeted and then how much you actually spent, and then if that was more or less than you had budgeted, so you can kind of reflect once the month is over to see if those numbers are working for you or if you should adjust accordingly. And then down here we have fixed expenses, which are my bills. These are basically expenses that you know for 100% fact will be the amounts that you write here. So I have Amazon, Barkbox, Best Buy, Bank of America, my Jeep payment, Planet Fitness, and my Scribble Prints Co. subscription. So those are all my bills written there. Most people would have like rent, mortgage, stuff like that. Another thing that could be in variable are like electricity, water, the kind of bills that fluctuate and aren't the same every single month. And then I do have a savings section. So I'm doing 5 savings challenges this year. And then I have my auto transfer, which is $25 that comes out of my checking account automatically every month, and that goes to my savings. But the rest of these are challenges, so I will update them at the end of the month and then come up with a total of how much I have saved. Over here I do have my sinking funds written down in variable expense, and here I have a whole separate sinking funds page where I can break that down into each category and how much I will be adding weekly and monthly, just so I know what is going on, because when you see it all lumped together, it can be kind of overwhelming, and not really know like where exactly that money is going. So now that I have these filled out, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the amounts with you. I will talk you through this page and then speed through my sinking funds page, because it's just like basically a lot of numbers, but I think it's pretty easy to understand. So I don't share my income, so I'm gonna leave that section blank, but we're just gonna go ahead and move straight into variable expenses. I'll zoom you in so you can see a little better. But I do budget weekly, so that's how I get these numbers, in case you're curious. So gas does get $25 a week, and I budget, or I stuff my envelopes every Friday, and in January there are 4 Fridays, so that means that gas will be getting $100 for the month. And then for fun this month, I decided to put $10 a week, so that will be $40 total. And then for groceries, I decided on $15 a week, which is $60 for the month. And then for food, I am doing $35 weekly, which is $140 for the month. And then for treats, I am doing $15 a week, which is again a total of $60. And then for sinking funds, the total amount I will be adding for the month is $396, which you will see broken down in the next page. And for unbudgeted, I just like to leave this section here in case an emergency or something random comes up that I did not plan for, just so I can reflect that in my budget and know that I did spend that money, and obviously I was not expecting it. So let's quickly add these numbers up. We have 100 plus 40 plus 60 plus 140 plus 60 plus 396. That is $796. And remember, this is for the entire month, not just 1 week, because that would be a lot of money. And then we're going to move into my fixed expenses, which for Amazon, it is $650 a month, but I just write 7 because it's easier to budget that way, because I don't stuff change. So that just makes sense for me. Next is Barkbox, which is $28. Best Buy, the minimum payment is $30. And then for Bank of America, the minimum payment is $35. My Jeep payment is $285. And then the gym is $20. And my Scribble Prints Co. is $34, including shipping. So now we can go ahead and, oh, I didn't even move you down. I apologize. We can go ahead and add this. We have 7 plus 38 plus 30. I said 38, but I meant 28. Let's start over. 7 plus 28 plus 30 plus 35 plus 285 plus 20 plus 34. That is $439 total. $439 again for the month. And then for my savings section, the only one I can fill in is the auto transfer, because I know for a fact that is $25 a month. Whereas all of the other ones are challenges, so they vary. But now is when I'm going to fill in my sinking funds page. So while you're watching me do this, just know that I will have all my categories listed, and then how much I am adding weekly and how much that will total monthly. And if you add up the monthly, it should equal $396. So just so you know. Also, I just wanted to say this because I know some people are completely new and do not know, but sinking funds are basically just like mini savings accounts for specific things. So some of the categories I have are car maintenance, Christmas, gifts, home, medical, school, Violet. Those are all categories I know I will need money for, but not specifically like each week or even every other week. Like, it's just, you know, you spend money on those things, but you can't pinpoint obviously like exactly when it is. But you know, you need money for it, so it's always good to save and be ahead. So that's what sinking funds are. You will kind of see them all as I write them in, but I just wanted to quickly say that in case someone wasn't 100% sure and just had a question. So let's go ahead and fill in this page, and then we can move on to the next. Alrighty, so these are my numbers for the month. I didn't fill in business because that is a percentage of my income. So for example, these numbers aren't accurate or the percentage, but say I got paid $100 and say I took 10% for business, that would mean I would put $10 in that week. So that's kind of how that works. And then for personal, I didn't fill that in either because personal just gets whatever fun money rollover I have. So say I stuff the $10 into my cash envelope for the week and I don't use it. That's where I put it so that I still have that money to use on anything I'd like. But it just gets rolled over into my personal sinking fund. Next up, we have my sinking funds page. So this one here, I write all my sinking funds again, their starting balance, how much I add, how much I took out, and then the ending balance. And then this page is a transaction log for my sinking funds. So any purchases I make out of my sinking funds get written here, just so they're easy to track when they're right next to each other. So I'm going to quickly set these two pages up. I'm not going to completely fill this page out because I don't really need to fill it out until the end of the month. And I do show this page in my monthly closeout videos. So if you're curious about that, you might want to watch one of those because I go kind of into more detail. But I'm going to go ahead and set these up and then I will be right back. Alrighty, so this is both pages all set up. Again, I'm not going to write in all the categories just because it takes a while, but I will fill this in the end of the month, and then this will get filled up throughout the month. Ignore my neighbor's dogs. I apologize. But next up, we have my Etsy supply transaction log and then my weekly check-in page. So obviously this page is very specific to me, and not everybody would need a supply transaction log, but depending on your job, you might have something else you need to track that I don't need to. So again, make your budget work for you, and kind of adjust as you need. So I'm just gonna quickly set these up, and then we can move on to the last two, which I'm just gonna go ahead and set all of them up, sped through, because the last two are shipping and YouTube, which again, I know aren't for everybody and obviously won't apply to everyone. So I'll just go ahead and set this all up, and then I will come back and walk you through the entire planner and let you know, just let you see it all complete. Okay guys, this planner is completely set up for the month. I'm going to quickly walk you through the pages one last time, and then this is going to be the end of the video. So first we have my income spread, where I just track all my sources of income. I write the date, the amount, and then the source. Here is the monthly view, where I keep track of my weekly spending out of my cash envelopes from my wallet. And then I have my monthly budget, which just gives me an overview of the month as a whole. And I also get to fill this out at the end of the month with my actuals to see how I did and if I need to adjust any numbers. Here are just my sinking funds broken down. Here I will track all of my sinking funds more closely. So I'll have them listed, starting amount, how much I added, took out, and then the ending balance. Then again, this is the transaction log for this. So any amounts I have written here will be in this section, which is where I took money from my sinking funds. And then here is my Etsy supply transaction log, my weekly check-in page. I went ahead and just filled in my categories for 1 week so you could see how that works. I also write the dates under here. So for example, the first week for me, I will be tracking from the 1st all the way until the 9th. Usually I do Monday through Sunday, but since the 1st and the 2nd would be the only 2 days, I just decided to combine that with the 2nd week. So I will be doing the 1st through the 9th, the 10th through the 16th, the 17th through the 23rd, and then the 24th through the 31st. I hope that makes sense, but I will write that in here. And then lastly, I have my shipping page and my YouTube page, which again don't apply to most people, but that's where I just keep track of any transactions for tax purposes. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know any feedback you have below. Also, if you have questions, again, feel free to ask. I hope this was helpful in some way, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.